For many, it begins with an alluring new acquaintance at a party, an opportunity presented in the early hours to set aside your inhibitions and try something illicit and exciting. You end up doing something wild. You watch the product being prepared. You watch the needle fill, and after one final moment when sense and reason might prevail, you relent and watch as the needle enters your plump vein and the drug enters your system. Within moments, you are experiencing a rush of sensual, glowing pleasure. For a long stretch, perhaps 2 hours, you are in a state of euphoria that casts out all pain, all doubt. You are transfixed in an ecstasy that borders close to pain. The next few times are almost as enthralling. The experience and the culture and rituals around it are still new and exciting, and you feel that once the novelty has worn off, you will be able to return to normal life with a secret sense of delight at having lived for a time in a state of sweet, gleeful unruliness. And yet, as time passes, you find yourself troubled by an aching, a strange hollowness that the conventional recreations of the normal world can never quite satisfy. You become restless, irritable. You fidget and scratch half-consciously at your skin. You become withdrawn, dispassionate. Half-aware, as if driven along by some unknowable force, you search the streets, lofts, and parties, seeking out the figure who introduced you to the product. He is willing to satisfy your cravings, but something about him and his product has changed. The magic and escapism is never quite as satisfying or intense as those first few doses. Some of the feeling is still there, but you feel that the product is diluted or cut up with other ingredients. After such a long wait, anything is better than nothing, but you convince yourself that you have risked slipping into some unlikable state, that for a moment or two you lost self-awareness, even a little dignity. You shrug off the whole experience, chastise yourself. The innocence, the escapades, and the boundary pushing of that earlier time could never last forever, and those once exciting people you used to mix with seem to have lost their social luster and self-assurance. And yet, you feel something dark and portentous, a sense of inevitability, of some painful reckoning. Because deep within your bloodstream, residing on the fringes of your psyche, there is an almost primitive urge. In the dead of night, you toss and turn, feeling a need swell and glow within you. You feel removed from yourself. Your conscience and will are ebbing. The ache must be quelled. It is suddenly revealed to you that it cannot be resisted. You understand, at last, that it was always going to end up this way. You are merely an empty vessel that needs to be filled with the release, the love, and escape of the product. And now a new dealer, callous, professional, shrewd, is making his presence felt, and whispering lavish promises in your ear. And now, completely hooked, the drug is in control of you, and no matter how much you keep increasing the dose, you will never replicate that rapturous first experience. Yet you chase it nonetheless, no matter how sick it makes you, no matter how much it disappoints, no matter how insatiable your cravings become. You are now simply sourcing the product just to feel normal. All pleasure is gone. You are spending vast amounts of money. There is no peace, only consumption. And while, at some latent level, the best part of yourself is still there, the good person who was happy before addiction wrought so much pain, you try to resist that too, because conscience might get in the way of finding resilience and courage to change. But the product won't allow that. It is a perfect system. It is everything. And now, your new dealer, soullessly exploitative, is offering you a hit of some new variety. And you know, instinctively, in that moment, that this is the reckoning everything has been leading up to. Consume this and you are done for. There is no going back. You will disappear into the torments of addiction forever, be scoured and hollowed out, and beyond redemption. Or you can collapse at the knees of those you have alienated and hurt, and through a storm of tears, beg their forgiveness and confess that you need help. Otherwise the poison within you will destroy you forever. And maybe, just maybe, their hearts will soften, and through months of almost unendurable pain, you will wean yourself off the drug that has stolen so many years. And one day, through hard work, you will reclaim your life. And for the first time, since that first indescribable rush, you will be at peace.